Dylan's game. You know, Dylan's game has been around the basket, and we talked a little earlier about Landon Hollinger needing to get going, and he was our pick to click last night, and he had a great game.
He did. I noticed during the Muhammad game that his shot seemed to come a little bit better and a little bit more in the flow. And last night watching the game, I noticed he really was on last night. We need him to be on if we're going to be successful, Josh. There's no question about it.
Yeah, and Landon, and we talked a little bit on the biscuits to go as well for us.
Game that was on the road. Brody got in foul trouble the first part of that game, came back in the second half and really sparked the offense.
Just under 6 minutes here before we get a little sideline out of bounds going here for the game between the Railers and Mattoon. That's going to wrap it up for us here on the pregame show after a word from our sponsors. Jay and I'll be back here in Mattoon to bring you the play-by-play action as Lincoln takes on the Green Wave. As always, a big thank you goes out to all our sponsors. This has been the Josh Komnick, Grau Incorporated, and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show, and you're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.
Good evening, everybody. How are you in Railer Nation and all across Lincoln and Logan County? Those of you listening on the World Wide Web at WLCNonline.com through the Mixler app and, of course, the YouTube stream, which comes to you each and every game. I'm Jay Hardin along with the Railer Hall of Famer, Josh Komnick, and we are coming to you from Mattoon High School tonight where the Railers are on the road taking on the Green Wave. This is a return trip. Railers won 50-36 back on February the 22nd, I believe it was, against the Mattoon Green Wave. And tonight the Railers coming off a non-conference win over Jacksonville last night, 47-24. Dylan Singleton, one tough customer, wears the number 3, the point guard for the Railsplitters, chasing the 1,000-point club, 142 points with 10 games remaining, including tonight. We've got Coach Al, who's chasing records himself, with 875 total wins in the books. That puts him 6 behind Steve Gores, who is second on the all-time coaches win list in the state of Illinois. And of course this team, which is shooting almost 80% from the free throw line as a squad and has a chance to set a record themselves. We've got 2 minutes and 49 seconds before tonight's game begins as the Lincoln Railers, clad in their red road uniforms, head off the floor. Mattoon still out on the floor. The officials out here. Nice little crowd from Mattoon High School, about 40 or 50 people here in the gymnasium. We've got cheerleaders in the gym. Josh is standing by. Lloyd Kirby engineering everything. We're going to send it back to the station, and we'll be right back after this timeout. partner tonight, Mr. Josh Komnick, back here at Mattoon High School. Both teams in front of their respective coaches. We can go ahead and give you. Well, Josh, I think they are going to do starting lineups. Did you hear that? Aren't they? They are going to do starting lineups.
No, they just announced them earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, and that of course for the Railers, they'll go with the normal starting lineups of Singleton, Hollinger, Grunder, Whiteman, and Paulus. The Green Wave from Mattoon will go with number 1, Cooper Bergstrom. Number 2 is Cameron Thomas. 5 is Malik Carter Smith. Jalen Middleton wears the number 10, and the big boy in the middle, 32, is Sam Bradbury.
Chicago Street Rentals brings you the opening possession of the game. Ball out of bounds to Lincoln across from the scorer's table, and Singleton between the circles. Hollinger down the lane. Good move by Landon, up and good on Bradbury.
Yeah, we talked about that last night, Scott, where Landon's got to get, coach wants to get Landon going early, and Bradbury on him. No way he can stop him from going to the basket.
Not a bit. Lincoln up 2-0. Thomas out front, Bergstrom. Bergstrom in the corner to Smith. Back out front to Bergstrom. Mattoon content to work it around the zone. Lincoln again, good defense into Bradbury. Bradbury kicks it out in the corner to Smith. Smith misses. Rebound to Middleton. Middleton back out front, Thomas. Middleton out of the corner, 3. Long rebound. Grunder rips it out of there against Bradbury.
God, here goes Dylan on the run. He's going to find Grunder.
Long 3 for Grunder, in and out. Almost had the Chris Coyne three-pointer. Singleton got a paw on it, wasn't able to knock it out across half court. Out front, Bergstrom. Bergstrom, Thomas. Thomas in the corner, Middleton. Inside Bradbury. Bradbury backs it in on Hollinger, muscles it up there and good. Not much chance he's going to stop that, Josh.
No, and that's really the first move we've seen in the game over at Roy S. Bradbury did not score and didn't really see him take any shots either, and that was a really decent post move for Bradbury.
Hollinger long 3, no. Side of the iron, and the rebound to Middleton. Ball up the floor quickly by Mattoon. Out front, Bergstrom. Bergstrom, Middleton. Into Bradbury. Bradbury kicks it out to Thomas. Thomas three-pointer on the way, back of the iron. Hollinger grabs the rebound in there, and it'll go to Singleton.
Yeah, looks like Mattoon really trying to get Bradbury involved early. He's touched the ball every possession for Mattoon.
Hollinger, good drive again, and he's going to draw the foul. So Cameron Thomas with the foul. That will be his first, team's first. Landon Hollinger going to the free throw line. First one up and good by the 6'5" senior. So Landon Hollinger 3, Mattoon 2, 5:53 to go here in the first quarter. Second one by the senior up and good.
Landon aggressive again, Jay, and that's what we saw a little bit of last night and what we were calling for.
Mattoon still in the backcourt, kicks it across to Thomas. Thomas, Bergstrom. Bergstrom, Thomas. Bergstrom, corner Smith, inside Middleton over Hollinger, hook shot, no good. Rebound, Bradbury grabs it and is up and in.
Yeah, the Railers gonna really have to attack the boards, Jay. Can't give Mattoon, especially Bradbury, going up for the offensive rebound, and really was only Landon underneath there to try and contest that.
Singleton, ball screen from Hollinger. On the right wing, out front Paulus, Whiteman, in the corner Grunder. Grunder had it stolen away and jump ball called, and it's gonna go Mattoon's way. Malik Carter Smith took it right away from Adam Grunder. And on the change of possession, it'll go to Mattoon. 4-4 the score, 5:11 to go here in quarter number 1. Middleton, Thomas. Middleton inside Bradbury. Oh, and he knocked Hollinger down, no call. Gets his own rebound, up and good.
Yeah, I think Landon tried to maybe go for the charge, get the charge a little bit with a little acting there, and normally it works, but not this time.
Singleton down the lane, and he's going to draw the foul against Malik Carter Smith. That will be his first, and the team's second.
And we'll get a quick media masked timeout.
So we're going to keep it right here. Josh, Going to have to do something about Mr. Bradbury inside. We just can't let him
roll
around in there.
You're right. As we talked earlier in the pregame, that Bradbury is scoreless in the first game back on February the 9th when the Railers took on Mattoon, and so far he's been a point of emphasis for the Green Wave, whether he's gotten it and scored or whether he's gotten it in the post and passed out for an attempted three. Really what's hurt us in the last couple possessions is the offensive rebounding that Bradbury has done, keeping it alive, and there's going to have to be some gang rebounding by the Railers to keep it away from Bradbury.
We don't know if it was a point of emphasis, but I noticed during the T-Town game they did a lot of the same thing as they pounded the ball inside, pounded it inside. Muhammad has a big kid too, and you would have thought they would have gone more inside than what they did Saturday against us, but we're going to have to do something, either put more pressure on their guards or deny that entry pass.
Well, and I think too, you've got to make Bradbury guard you on the other end. Right now Mattoon in the man-to-man, and I'm not sure he can stay with any of the guys that are out on the court for the Railers. A little bit like what Lana did the first possession was take Bradbury right to the goal and score a layup. You've got to make Bradbury guard whether he doesn't stop you or you try and draw fouls.
6-4, the Mattoon lead. One tough customer shooting 85% from the free throw line. I probably jinxed him right then and there. First one up and good by the Bulldog, Dylan Singleton.
Well, yeah, I don't attempt to be a great shooter. I did shoot a lot, but one thing you do when you come into a gym, especially a gym you're not used to, is you take a look at the rims. And if you don't shoot well on this rim down on the far end here in Mattoon, you're not going to make many anywhere because it's as loose and it's got that little tilt like it's been hung on a lot. And, boy, it's set up for pure shooters.
Yes, it is. Bergstrom out front to Thomas. Looks in the corner, Smith. Back out front, Bergstrom. Bergstrom inside Bradbury. Bradbury just going to plow his way in there. Nearly got the shot to go down. Ball tipped away, and Singleton comes out with the rebound.
Yeah, great job by Hollinger. Just going straight up and making Bradbury take a tough shot and couldn't make it over the top of him.
Singleton right wing, out front Polis. Polis, Grunder. Whiteman going to take Bradbury down the lane. Kicks it out. Hollinger, three on the way. No. Just off. And Mattoon with the rebound. Bergstrom in the backcourt, Middleton. Now to Bergstrom. Bergstrom. Grunder on him. Right in front of the Lincoln bench. Out front, Thomas. Bergstrom. Thomas. Corner, Smith. They're looking inside Bradbury. Bergstrom, Middleton, left baseline. Kicks it back out front, Bergstrom. Back to Middleton. Middleton inside Bradbury.
Nice.
Bradbury's going to muscle his way in again, and I believe Brody Whiteman's going to get called for the foul.
Well, I like when Bradbury's up at the free throw line more than I do when he's down on the block because right now the Railers playing behind Bradbury, and if he catches it there, just like Brody, just no chance of stopping him underneath. Brody probably giving up 100 pounds and probably about 4 inches on Bradbury.
First foul on Lincoln. First foul on Brody Whiteman. It's like trying to guard a mountain down there on the block.
He's a big guy, and he's got some backside to him, too, that you're going to fly off of if he hits you.
Bradbury gets one of 2 free throws.
And give him 7 already. He's got all 7 for Mattoon. Didn't score the first time the Railers played him.
Polis out front. Singleton. Singleton going to drive. Look to kick inside to Hollinger. Back out front, Polis. Polis to Singleton. Whiteman. Whiteman going to go down the lane. Bumped by Bradbury. Inside Singleton. Singleton looking for the 5-foot turnaround. Blocked out of the air by Middleton. And it'll go over to Mattoon. Middleton across court. Back out front. Smith. Middleton long 3 on the way. No good. It was short. Nice. And Hollinger with a great box out on Bradbury.
Yeah, I like Dylan getting in the middle of that lane again, but he's got to use the shot fake.
Singleton for the 3. Oh, around and out. One of the rare threes he takes, around and out. And the call, I think, is going to go against Brody Whiteman on the rebound, and it does. That's 2 on Brody Whiteman here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Klopp will check in for Whiteman to give the Railers a little more muscle, a little more size underneath. Klopp's going to have to do a good job. Bradbury checks out as well. So one thing you could look at, too, Jay, is to get Bradbury running up and down the court. I think the Railers need to push the ball a little bit harder and make Bradbury run a little bit more.
I agree with you. Mattoon into the front court, into the game. Pierce Farmer in for Bradbury. Out front, Bergstrom. Bergstrom working against the Lincoln defense out front. Thomas, Bergstrom matching up 7-6. Middleton in the middle, kicks it out Smith. Bergstrom long 3 out front, no good. Rebound battle on the floor. Grunder almost had it. Thomas goes down the lane, back out Bergstrom. Smith out of the right wing, no good. Foul on the floor again, and Middleton comes out with it.
Yeah, and then Mattoon just not able to get anything to go from the outside. Good thing for the Railers, but they're getting plenty of opportunities to do it again.
And a great tip by Singleton. Good hands by Dillon, the deflection, but goes back to Mattoon. Andrew Grau takes his jersey off. He's about ready to come into the game. Ball inside. Klopp with a great knockaway. Good defense by Jaden Klopp. Singleton up the floor quickly. Kicks it Hollinger. Long three. No, front of the iron. Rebound Thomas. And Klopp hits the floor.
Yeah, that's a three in transition that Lannon showed last night that he can really knock down. We've seen that for a while, that he's been able to knock down again. Just a little off on that shot.
In the corner, Bergstrom kicks it back out front. Thomas stopped from going down the lane. Nearly throws the ball away. Polis ball on the floor. And it's going to stay with Mattoon. Greenway basketball, 1:31 to go here in quarter number 2. Score 7-6, Mattoon up.
And we talked about slow starts that the Railers have had lately in the first quarter. Here's another one, just 6 points with almost the first quarter over with.
And we've gotten good looks at the basket.
Yeah, and really Mattoon has as well. They just haven't been able to knock them down either.
Bergstrom way out front, Polis all over him. Referee counting. Now he's got Smith trapped over on the right side. Back out front, Cameron Thomas. 1:16 to go here in the quarter. Railers ramp the pressure up a little bit out front. Corner, Middleton. Back out front, Thomas. Farmer working the post at the free throw line. Out front, Thomas. Oh, nearly threw the ball away. Polis could have had a steal there. Couldn't get to it in time. Smith, Bergstrom, the long three, up and good. Cooper Bergstrom, Mattoon patient. Got the three-pointer. They're up 10-6.
Yeah, and that's the guy that can shoot it for Mattoon. Bergstrom with 8 the first time the Railers played, and I remember a couple of those were threes.
Singleton looking to take Bergstrom. Looked like he might have got grabbed on the arm. Ball knocked away, goes to Mattoon. 35 seconds to go. Ahead to Thomas. Thomas kicks it back out to Middleton. Josh, I imagine they'll go for one shot, up 10-6.
Yeah, I think they'll try to anyway. The Railer defense try to pull up a little bit more and put some more pressure on them.
Railers pressuring out front. Bergstrom nearly over and back, and Klopp again with the deflection. Boy, Josh, Jaden Klopp played really well last night, and looks like he's aggressive again tonight.
Well, Coach was talking about minutes. Guys were giving good minutes off the bench, and you're right, Jay. Klopp was one of those, aggressive on the boards, had a basket underneath, and really, really good defense for Klopp.
Bradbury back in the basketball game with 10 seconds to go. Let's see if they try going in to Sam Bradbury. Klopp trying to, and Hollinger both trying to front him, now push him out to the free throw line. That's where we need him to be. Turn around by Bradbury, up and rolls off the iron. That will end the first quarter with the score, Mattoon 10, Lincoln 6. We'll be back in 1 minute with quarter number 2. Quarter number 2. Inbounding it at the half-court line. Polis to Singleton. And Dillon will start the Railer offense. Left wing, Hollinger. Into corner, Singleton. Singleton going to drive it. Stops, shoots, blocked from behind. Smith blocked it from behind. Coach is not happy.
No, I think he was looking to foul on Bradbury with the body, but I thought Bradbury did a decent job of keeping his hands up and got a little block from the backside. Don't see Dillon get blocked a whole lot around there. He's so strong and really does a good job of maneuvering his body.
Middleton, and they're looking inside to Bradbury, and Klopp was doing a good job of fronting him. So we're watching Bradbury. I think he may be camped in the lane a little bit long, but that's just me. Mattoon nearly throws the ball away to Smith over on the right wing. Back out front, Thomas. Railer defense, the Railer bench trying to get the defense going. Middleton blows around Klopp, and we're going to have, what's the call? The call is going to be on Klopp for the foul.
Yeah, I think it was Klopp on the foul and trying to go baseline, but again, Klopp and Hollinger doing an excellent job by Bradbury posting up underneath. Right now, Mattoon just could not get in the ball.
So Hollinger fronting Bradbury. Now Bradbury would come in the lane, and Hollinger, it's like trying to push a mountain out of the way on the low block. Thomas out front, Smith. Bergstrom way out front. Mattoon being very patient with the basketball. And now the three-pointer by Cameron Thomas, the 6'1 senior, knocks it down, and it's 13-6 Green Wave. Right wing Grau, out front Hollinger. Singleton going to go down the lane, 10-footer, up and good, and that's his game, Josh.
Yeah, and I think Mattoon has figured something out here on this end, too, is put Cameron Thomas, their best shooter, in the corner and post up Bradbury, where you've got to come out, and then you've got Hollinger's going to have to slide over on Bradbury to cover that post.
Singleton's got Bergstrom out front. Polis extending the defense just a little bit. Klopp and Bradbury having a good battle down on the blocks. Out front, Bergstrom, Thomas. Thomas well covered by Grau. Bergstrom, Thomas at the volleyball line. Corner, Smith the three, up, no good. Rebound, Bradbury got the long rebound. Singleton bats it out of bounds, and it'll stay Mattoon.
Yeah, and they're, again, Mattoon with a missed three, but Bradbury able to tip it out, and Hollinger and Klopp doing their best underneath to continue to battle that big guy underneath, but just couldn't get him out of the lane far enough.
Peyton Cook into the game for Jaden Klopp. Hey, Josh, I think it's Tuesday night watch party up at the Alley by. Doesn't the cheeseburger sound really good?
Absolutely, yeah. No concessions here, anywhere,
Yeah.
Just have to get some popcorn or somewhere.
Bergstrom, Smith in the corner, back out front. Bergstrom down to Smith. Bergstrom, Thomas. Bergstrom and Thomas both can shoot it. Middleton in the corner, looking inside Bradbury. Peyton Cook into the game for Klopp, so the sophomore is going to have to do a heck of a job on Bradbury inside along with Hollinger, give him some help. In the corner, Middleton will fire the three up, was knocked down and got the three to go.
Yeah, that was a tough shot too, because Hollinger was right on. Not sure he didn't even foul him on when he came down, but big corner shot there, and the Railers right now so worried about Middleton in there that we're not getting out on the shooter here in the corner right in front of us.
5:21 to go here in the third quarter. It's 16-8 Mattoon. Corner, Cook. Cook will take a three, up and no good. Peyton Cook with the three. 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. It was a wide open three for Peyton Cook. Got a good look. And Polis with the defense at the center line. Good defense by Elijah Polis, and that'll cause a jump ball. And it will be the media timeout, so we'll go ahead and keep it right here. Josh, we've seen this before. Railers sometimes will end up digging themselves a little bit of a hole in the first half and then have to do something to get out of it the second half.
Yeah, they're, and Mattoon doing a good job, as we talked about earlier, just of getting that shooter in the corner here and posting Bradbury on that strong side block. And you've got to be able to guard both. And with Bradbury, 7 points here in the first half, the Railers were conscious of him, but then they've been able to knock a couple threes down in front of us.
Don't forget our fine sponsors. Mama's Arcade Cafe, great place to go downtown for breakfast. Mike Mosky Auction Service, State Bank of Lincoln, a division of Heartland Bank and Trust. Michelle Bauer, your country financial agent located on the square. Top Hat Creamery, a cheeseburger, a frosty beverage, and then we go down for Top Hat Creamery. I think that's a night, man.
That's a pretty good evening right there. If you catch a Railer basketball along with some Illini basketball.
There you go. Culligan Water Systems, financial advisor Sal Polis of Edward Jones, live stream sponsor, Town & Country Bank, Arnold Greemy Insurance, J.M. Abbott & Associates for tax accounting and business services, and of course every Railer three-pointer sponsored by Chris Coyne, State Farm Insurance.
We could use a couple of those.
Oh yes, very much so.
Yeah, we've got off on a few of them. Landon unable to got a layup to go first basket of the game and hasn't got anything to go since, and really it's just been Landon and Dillon with 8 total points, and that's all the Railers have here through a quarter and a half.
Ball inbounds to Middleton. And now Mattoon will use the three guys to break the press. Now they get it in the middle to Smith. Break the pressure easily. Smith to Thomas. Thomas out past, and he lost it out back over the half-court line, and it'll be a backcourt violation and turnover to Lincoln.
Yeah, I think Coach Alster really trying to move the pressure up on the guards for the Railers in the 1-2-2, where the top and the wing guys are trying to move up and put some more pressure on Mattoon. So it's not so easy to get that ball to the corner and then ultimately down into Bradbury.
We really need a basket here. Singleton out front, drives down the lane, up, and got the roll, and gets the basket and the foul.
Yeah, and there's where Dylan's at his best. Got the hang time, the strength, and put a little spin on it as well. So Dylan goes up for a layup, makes it, and then is going to go to the free throw line for the Railers.
I can't see the scoreboard. Is that 2 on Malik Carter-Smith?
No, I think it's just one.
Just one? Okay.
Yeah, one foul for number 5 on Smith. So Dylan completes a three-point play, which was a huge basket for the Railers. Cuts this lead back to 5.
16-11, the Lincoln lead. Mattoon still in the backcourt. Adam Grunder back into the basketball game. Andrew Grouse sits down. Middleton, Bergstrom between the circles. Left wing, Middleton. Middleton very close to the sideline. There's Thomas in the corner, knocked away by Grunder. Good hands by Grunder. And the bench trying to get the defense pumped up here. Peyton, Cook, and Bradbury having a good battle inside. Singleton with the near steal. There's Thomas out of the corner. No good. Rebound, Grunder. Nearly knocked out of bounds. He kicks it into Hollinger. Hollinger ahead to Singleton. Dylan Singleton works right wing in front of the Mattoon bench. Out front, Polis. Polis left wing, Hollinger. Looks in the corner, Cook. Bradbury sagging off of Cook.
Yeah, right now they're not going to guard Cook in the corner. Bradbury's just sitting off as basically a middle help guy. Railers might have to find somebody that's going to shoot it from the corner there.
Singleton goes driving down the lane. Great pass to Cook. Up and no good. Peyton Cook might have had it partially blocked. I believe he did. And Mattoon quickly up the floor. Here comes Smith down the lane. Throws it up and no good.
Great
Rebound, Hollinger.
Yeah, great defense by Hollinger.
Hollinger, Singleton, that was a foul from behind. And Smith is going to get nailed for it.
Now he's got 2, Jay.
Yeah, now he's got 2. Second foul on Malik Carter-Smith. Team's 4th. Singleton between the circles, top of the key, right wing Polis. Polis corner, Grunder, back out front, Singleton. Singleton fakes the 3. Down the lane, Hollinger long 3.
Need it.
Be there, baby. Chris Coyne, State Farm, 3-pointer by Landon Hollinger. And the lead now cut to 2, 16-14.
Credit the assist to Dylan, too. Got right in the middle of the lane and then kicked it out. And Hollinger got the feet set and dialed one in. Big basket there for the Railers.
Middleton faked the 3, got Grunder up in the air, back out front, Bergstrom. Here comes Middleton. Cook comes out on him to cover him. Railer bench to the line. Great defense by Hollinger. Ball on the floor. Grunder's got it. And he was on the sideline. Adam Grunder, boy, that was good defense right there, Josh.
Yeah, and all the guards did what they were supposed to do, and Hollinger fought around Bradbury to tip it away. Unfortunately, the Railers just couldn't come up with the loose ball.
Out front, Thomas Bergstrom. Watching Middleton in the corner. Bergstrom. Out front, Thomas, Polis all over him. Bergstrom, Middleton, they're looking inside Bradbury. Cook quickly switches over to cover Bradbury, and now Hollinger switches back over. Mack's doing a good job covering Bradbury, now forcing him back out to the free throw line. Bergstrom loses it, gets it back, goes over to Thomas. Bergstrom, and they're just passing the ball out front, looking.
Bradbury's not on the block, and they don't have anywhere to go.
And they threw the ball away. You know, Josh, sometimes teams can take a little bit too long.
Right. Almost a team, sometimes you want that shot clock to where you're just not stalling. They couldn't get Bradbury on the block. He was standing up at the free throw line, and really Mattoon didn't have anything going there on that possession.
2 minutes to go in the half to Grunder. Grunder in front of the Mattoon bench. Hollinger the pop out, kicks it out Grunder. Grunder long 3, no, around and out. Peyton Cook tried his guy, grab the rebound, couldn't get around Bradbury, and it comes back Mattoon's way. Thomas, Bergstrom, Cooper Bergstrom, and now Bradbury down on the low blocks. Peyton Cook fronts him.
Bradbury trying to direct traffic and tell him where to pass it so he can get the ball. Railers just done a better job that they have in the first quarter than they did in the first quarter.
Out front, Singleton putting some pressure on Bergstrom. Now Grunder out to cover Thomas. Their shooter's not getting a good look right now. Pierce Farmer into the basketball game. Inside, Hollinger had the ball knocked away, got knocked down, and Hollinger's mad.
Yeah, he should have had that, And Landon was a little mad at himself. He didn't get that tipped away. He got the tip. It just went right to Bradbury. And Bradbury kind of threw Landon down on the ground, too.
18-14, the Mattoon lead. Inside of a minute to go here in the half. Singleton, out front Grunder, Polis, corner Cook. Cook comes into Bradbury, puts up the 10-footer, completely over the rim. And the ball goes back to Mattoon.
Yeah, I think Peyton there was just indecisive on what to do. Should I shoot it, should I not? And then got in there and got too close to Bradbury and had to shoot it too hard.
Inside Middleton, knocked away by Hollinger. Hollinger kicks it back into Polis. Great play by Landon. Here comes Singleton on the run. Down the lane, up and going to get called for the charge.
Well, the officials love that charge anymore, and I thought Dylan did a good job of sidestepping. A lot of times when you don't hit him square in the chest and you hit him in that shoulder, where I thought Dylan got him, they don't normally call that, but you see it all the time, Jay. Those officials love that charge call anymore.
Yep. Thomas out front. Need the Railer defenses get a stop here. 8 seconds to go. 7. Inside Bradbury. 8-foot turnaround. Up and good. Bradbury nails it at the end of the half. It's Mattoon 20, Lincoln 14. We'll be back in 2 minutes with the Grau Incorporated Schneider Chiropractic halftime show.
Back here at halftime here in Mattoon, Illinois, where the Railers trail 20-14 over the Green Wave. We'll go through the scoring here. First for Mattoon, Sam Bradbury, the big guy in the middle, the junior, 6'7" junior. Bradbury with 11, and then the rest of them are just some three-pointers, but they've got 3 of them. Middleton with 3, Cameron Thomas with 3, and Cooper Bergstrom with a three-pointer to round out the 20 for Mattoon. And not much scoring really for the Railers, Jay. 14 points, 7 by Landon, 7 by Dylan. Going to have some other guys step up here in the second half. We'll take a break. We'll be back here from Mattoon High School here in the Grau Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic halftime show, and you're listening to Lincoln Railer basketball.
back at Mattoon High School. Jay Hardin along with my buddy Josh Komnick, Lloyd Kirby, and a cast of Mattoon fans that right now are pretty happy because their team up 20-14 at the half. Lincoln did outscore Mattoon 6-4 during, I guess, the second half of the second quarter, Josh, but boy, Sam Bradbury's just killing us inside.
Yeah, and it's not just been baskets by himself. He's done a good job of keeping the ball alive for the rest of the Green Wave and giving them second opportunities. You go into halftime and you look up and the Railers haven't played that well offensively, but, giving up 20 is about right around what we've have average, although lately in the last couple games it's been in the 30s. But, you've done a pretty good job. You're just struggling to find shots on the other end, and right now somebody's going to have to score other than Landon and Dylan. That's been the only thing going, obviously, with 7 apiece for them and only 14 and a half, but we've got to find some other options.
I've seen Brody try and drive a couple of times, but he's trying to drive on Bradbury, and Bradbury will give him the bump, and that pretty much takes Brody out of it because Brody's got to get around that mountain in front of him. But I think Brody can take him and get to the rim.
Yeah, I think somebody's going to have to be out there that hits a three, because I think basically what coach for Mattoon has said, Bradbury, you're going to stay in the middle of the lane until the Railers prove the guy that you're guarding can make a shot from there. And then Cook was in there and didn't make a shot, and Bradbury stuck in the lane. And basically what that happens is now Dylan can't drive the basket because he's got 6'7", 280 in the lane, and nothing to get all the way to the hoop with.
And we've seen that in the past with some other teams too, that if we've got Klopp who goes in the game, sometimes teams will sag off of him because they know he's not going to shoot from out there. He's not going to burn him from out there. And you're right. I think we're going to have somebody, even if it's somebody just to take a couple of steps at Bradbury and shoot a 10, 15 footer over him and hit it. That's probably going to start drawing him out of there.
Yeah, regardless of if it's who Bradbury's guarding or who, but another guy in the red uniform is going to have to make a couple shots here for the Railers to come out on top tonight.
Railers back out on the floor. Green Wave still in their locker room. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to send it back to the studio for another 2-minute timeout and come back with the second half. Minute and a half before the second half begins here at Mattoon High School. Tell you about some of our fine sponsors. Mama's Arcade Cafe, located on the square in downtown Lincoln. Mike Mosky Auction Service, phone 217-519-3959 or go to moskyauction.com. State Bank of Lincoln, a division of Heartland Bank and Trust, member FDIC. Michelle Bauer, your country financial agent, located on the square in downtown Lincoln, helping you protect what matters most. Top Hat Creamery, stop by before or after the game for a sweet treat in the Lincoln's Arcade Building. Culligan's Water Systems in Lincoln for water softening and conditioning equipment and service. Bottled water or bulk, stop by Culligan's at 308 North Chicago. Streaming live video sponsor tonight, financial advisor Sal Pullis of Edward Jones Financial Advisors, 1400 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Town and Country Bank, a proud sponsor of Lincoln Railer basketball. Arnold Greamy Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. J.M. Abbott and Associates offers tax accounting and business advising services. Lincoln, the basketball to open the third quarter. Score 20-14 Mattoon. Josh, we could use a basket off of a set play right here.
Yeah, it looks like Mattoon opens up in a 1-2-2 zone, so we'll see what the Railers do here. Usually that's Dylan time to get in the middle of that zone, but really sagged the guy off right in the middle.
Yeah, it's almost a 3-2 zone when you look at it.
Yeah.
And there goes Singleton to the middle, right in the key, and Middleton watching him. Polis to Hollinger, back out front, Polis. Polis looks to Grunder, out front Hollinger, and Hollinger will bring the ball out front to Grunder. Singleton to Hollinger. Hollinger faked the three, top of the key. Drives right wing to Grunder. Grunder, Polis, inside Singleton. Singleton, great pass, baseline, Whiteman, up and blocked out of bounds.
Yeah, Brody getting in there. Nice pass from Dillon, just couldn't get the shot to go. Man, Mattoon has blocked several shots here tonight around our basket.
Yes, they have. Polis inbounds the basketball under the Lincoln basket to Whiteman. Out to Singleton. Mattoon stays in the 3-2 zone, or 1-2-2 zone. Out Grunder, the lob play, Hollinger. Bradbury knocked Hollinger around. Hollinger up and no good, and the foul. We're going to get 2 shots here. Let's see who they call the foul on. Is it on Bradbury?
Yeah, good lob play there by Coach Alexander and the Railers, and Landon couldn't get the didn't attempt the shot on the pass, but brought it back down.
And the 6'5 senior nails the first free throw, 20-15 the score. Foul was on Sam Bradbury, wasn't it? His first?
Yeah, Bradbury's first.
Second one by Hollinger, nothing but the bottom of the net, 20-16 the score. Mattoon in the backcourt. Middleton nearly tipped by Singleton. Cross-court Thomas. Now Thomas will get it into the front court. Raylor settled back into the 1-2-2. And Polis comes out and pressures Bergstrom. Bergstrom, Thomas. Bergstrom passing the ball out front. Bergstrom. Right wing Middleton. Middleton will drive baseline on Hollinger. Kicks it into Bradbury. Ball batted away. Bradbury, I think, knocked it out of bounds. And they called that Mattoon basketball. I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah,
Josh.
I think Bradbury hit that one. I think Dillon went for it, but I think Bradbury's arms were just a little bit higher than Dillon and tipped it out.
I think so, too. Thomas inbounds the basketball between the circles. Out front, Bergstrom. Still good defense by the Railsplitters. Inside Bradbury. Didn't get the pass where he wanted. Knocks Hollinger down. And, yep, we got it. There's the charge.
Yeah, I think that's one that it happened before earlier. I think not quite as dramatic, but good job by Landon. And boy, when you get that shoulder going into a post defender, I think that was a good call on that one.
Mattoon goes back man-to-man. Singleton spins down the lane. 5-footer up, no good. He might have got mugged there, no call. And Mattoon quickly the other way, and they throw the ball away.
Yeah, I thought Dillon got hit there too, and I think Dillon was kind of telling Coach that he got hit. That wasn't a ball. But I will tell you, the refs have let them play, especially out on the perimeter. Railer defense has got hands all over them, I thought, and they've let them play.
Singleton, Grunder, Hollinger, Singleton, Polis, corner Whiteman. Whiteman will drive, layup time coming. Got it.
Yeah. Great drive by Polis. The Railers have to get drives going in toward the basket, Jay. We've got a lot of them that are going around the perimeter, around that three-point line. That time Polis got into the middle of the lane, kicked it out to Brody. Bradbury had to come at him hard, and Brody did a job going right around him.
Bergstrom the basketball. They're up 20-18. 5.5 to go here in the third quarter. Mattoon looking inside Bradbury. Got inside of Whiteman for just a second. 3 on the way. Up, no good. Ball batted around. Ball on the floor. And Hollinger with a big paw grabs that basketball and gets it to Singleton.
Yeah, I don't know how many rebounds Hollinger's got, but he's got a lot of them tonight.
Singleton, great pass. Hollinger up. And he was hammered to the floor by Bradbury. You know, Josh, we kind of saw this in the Mattoon game. Bradbury plays physically and sometimes a little bit too physically.
Well, and I think sometimes a big guy it looks worse than it really was. If it was a guy of Bradbury's stature, I don't think the after effect would be there. It's kind of like guys trying to guard Kofi underneath there for the Illini. Boy, it's just a different size of guy.
Well, they've got to take Bradbury out, and they bring in Pierce Farmer, and Pierce Farmer's 6 foot, but it looks like he weighs about 190 pounds. He's not thin.
Right.
Hollinger made the first one 20-19. Second one up, and nothing but the bottom of the net. Hollinger ties the basketball game up. It's tied at 20. Let's see if that'll get the Lincoln defense fired up.
Yeah, and then let's see where Mattoon goes now. You know, they've got all threes except for Bradbury getting it inside, and now that Bradbury's out, where do the Green Wave go for offense?
Thrown across to Middleton. Out front, Bergstrom at the volleyball line. Looks. Raylor defense out there covering the shooters. Middleton's trying to post up, and they nearly threw the ball away. Smith nearly lost it out of bounds. Bergstrom going to drive. Kicks it out front, Farmer, Thomas, Railer bench clapping underneath me.
Yeah, their hands are got to be sore after games because that's all they do is try to cheer on their teammates.
Bergstrom with the long three, nothing but the bottom of the net. Net put Mattoon back in front, 23-20. Singleton, Grunder, Hollinger, corner Dillon. Singleton, the ball screen. Oh, almost had Landon on the back cut. Now Landon will drive. Whiteman three on the way. No, back the iron. Rebound, Singleton. Up and got it.
Yeah, good job by Dillon of staying around there. He's usually the one that gets the offensive rebounds for the Railers, just hanging around, and that time he had to use the springs that are in those feet and got way up there. Did a good job of ball faking once and then converted on the layup.
Railers down one, 23-22. Middleton trapped in the corner. Out front, Bergstrom. In the corner, Middleton. Railers trap him in the corner again. He kicks it out quickly. In the corner to Smith. Smith drive baseline. I think Brody's going to get nailed for foul number 3. On the baseline drive. Ball on the floor. We've got the media or mass timeout, whatever you'd like to call it. We're going to stay right here with it, Josh. Railers playing a little more intensity this half.
Well, we've already got, Jay, 8 points in the quarter, and it took us a long time to get to 14, a whole half to get to 14. So, yeah, the Railer offense a little bit more fluent. Dillon's gotten to the basket on an offensive rebound. Hollinger getting to the hoop a couple times, and that big basket by Whiteman, who went corner, pass out to the corner. He went to the middle and scored a layup. So we're starting to move a little bit more and getting a few more easy looks for the Railers.
We'll see if they put Sam Bradbury back in the basketball game here at the media timeout. Once again, score 23-22. Mattoon ahead. Railers just now leaving their bench, clad in their red uniforms, trimmed in white. Numerals in green, trimmed in white.
Klopp will check in now for Grunder. Looks like we'll probably have Klopp and Hollinger now on the blocks with Whiteman and Paulus on the wings and Singleton up at the point of the Railer 1-2-2.
That was the thing about the game Jacksonville last night. Coach got some different looks from some different people. A little bit of time where you can put some guys out on the floor and get them some minutes and get them a look as to what it means to play varsity basketball as well. Ball inbound by Bergstrom. He'll kick it out front. Thomas looks. Now has to go all the way out to the timeline to Smith. Whiteman nearly with the steal. In the corner, Farmer the long pass. Oh, and he nearly walked out front. Thomas thought he might have walked, kept the foot down. In the corner to Pierce Farmer. Ball knocked away. Here comes Polis trying to run it down, and there's a backcourt violation. And Josh, I'm not sure about that one either.
Yeah, I don't know. This guy didn't call it. It was right in front of him. Not sure why he's not calling it.
Oh, and the Mattoon coach, Ryan Gear, not happy about that, and I'm not sure I blame him on that. That's we'll take the break.
Yeah, absolutely. Turnover for Mattoon, which there haven't been a lot of them for the Green Wave. They've done a good job of handling the ball, and time for the Railers here to get a basket.
Polis kicks it out, Singleton. Polis, Whiteman, Singleton corner, looks inside Klopp, Hollinger the pop out. Singleton the three-pointer, no, back of the iron. Ball batted to Hollinger, Polis. Singleton, back out Hollinger. Railers reset the offense. Mattoon looks like they're in a 2-3 zone now. Singleton drives baseline. Singleton getting the contact, no call, back out to Klopp. Was double team, had nowhere to go. And yep, Mattoon in a 2-3 zone. Let's see if they pop Dillon right there to the free throw line.
Yeah.
And they're watching him pretty heavy. Hollinger, inside Singleton, 10-footer in the lane, up and good.
Good, yeah, just use that 2 or 3 head fakes, Scott, and he's so good in there. He can HUD fake. Everybody tries to block shots anymore, and Dillon just maneuvers his way and gets to about 5 feet and puts it in.
Railers ramping up the pressure in the backcourt. Ball nearly thrown away by Mattoon. Middleton had to jump to get it. Middleton out front, Smith. Bergstrom. Linking up 24-23. Bergstrom out front.
Well, I don't know how long, if you're Mattoon, how long you can keep Bradbury on the bench.
And Singleton with great defense in the steal. Here he comes in the lane. Good pass to Whiteman. Whiteman triple team, kicks it out Singleton. Singleton, Klopp, Hollinger down the lane, 10-footer up and good. Landon Hollinger showing us he can step inside the arc and take that 10-footer on the run, Josh.
Well, when you can make threes from the perimeter, guys got to run at you and chase you off the line, and that's part of Landon's game where he's got to be better at getting into that lane, just like he did there and got to about 10 feet and put it in.
A 30-second timeout, Josh, by Ryan Geary. Tell you what, this team seems to be a little bit more fired up. The offense starting to click a little bit here, and we're starting to get some turnovers too.
Well, and I think, yeah, right, and also just some drives to the basket. You know, it's so much of our offense is around the three-point line, and we don't get a lot going to the rim unless it's Dylan or Landon. And Paulus got in there one time to kick it out to Brody, which created a layup for Brody. And you just got to get that. You've got to get the ball going to the rim.
Well, don't panic, Mom and Dad. Looks like Brody out for a minute with a slight injury, and I think it may be a scratch or cut to his hand, so a little bit of blood. He's going to have have that taken care of.
Yeah, Bradbury checks back in for Mattoon, the big guy, 6'7", post player underneath.
Grunder back into the game for Lincoln for Whiteman. And now they run a double post. They run Middleton at the high post, and they posted Bradbury down low. Bergstrom, the long three, short, rebound Singleton. Lincoln up three, 26-23, minute 20 to go here in the third. Singleton, corner, Grunder, Hollinger, Grunder, Hollinger holds out front.
I'm not sure what kind of defense they're in right now. Almost like you said, Jay, a 3-2. Got guys spread out all over the front of this zone. And I don't know, if only giving up 14 points to the Railers in the first half and playing a lot of man, I'd just stay with it.
Polis three out of the corner, got it! Another Chris Coyne State Farm three for Elijah Polis, and it's 29-23 Lincoln.
We talked about somebody's got to step up and hit a couple shots from the perimeter, and Polis had a nice second half here so far. Just 1-3, but he made a play for Brody to score too.
Mattoon, Middleton looks inside to Bradbury. Klopp stopped Thomas over in the corner. Thomas in the corner again. Bradbury having a heck of a fight on the block with Hollinger. Bradbury's not moving outside of the other volleyball line right now. Good defense by the Railers inside. Now they get into Bradbury. He's got Hollinger on the hip. Bulls the up and good.
Yeah, and that's pretty good defense really by Landon. Did a good job of keeping his hands straight up and going vertical is what they want you to do now. And Bradbury just strong enough to get it over the front of the rim.
29-25. 5 seconds to go. Lincoln, Hollinger going to have to put up the long three. Up and no good. Back in the iron. And at the end of three quarters, it's Lincoln 29, Mattoon 25. We'll be back in just under a minute with the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter underway here at Mattoon. Mattoon had the possession of the fourth quarter. Bergstrom being hounded out front by Polis. Good defense, and that I thought might have been 5 seconds. It had to be close to it. Greg Alexander wanted the 5-second call. Middleton lost the ball to Singleton. Ball on the floor, and it's recovered by Mattoon.
Yeah, Dylan slapped it away, and normally he comes up with every loose ball.
Bergstrom out front. In the corner, Middleton. Middleton back out front, Smith. Bergstrom. Middleton drives baseline on Hollinger. Blocked by Klopp from behind. Good play by Jaden Klopp.
Yeah, good job by Jaden to recover after giving up the baseline. And that'll be one thing where coaches will look at, boy, it was a sin to give up the baseline when we were going through school.
Out front to Thomas. Thomas out front, Smith. Bergstrom. Bergstrom on the left wing, out near the volleyball line, way out. In the corner to Cameron Thomas. Bergstrom and Thomas packing it back and forth. That's where they're looking, inside. Bradbury kicks it outside. Middleton out of the corner, up and good.
Yeah, nice ball movement there they got it into Big Bradbury, and he whipped it out fast, and it was an extra pass down the corner, and a big shot there for the Green Wave.
29-28, the Lincoln lead. Singleton in the corner to Whiteman. Whiteman back in the basketball game. Singleton drives baseline, kicks it out Whiteman. Whiteman thought about the three. Polis, Whiteman with the three. No good. Ball around and out on the rebound. Bradbury, ball knocked away. Bradbury knocked Polis around. A lot of bodies flying in there, Josh.
Yeah, there were, and the Railers had another good, clean look at it there. Just couldn't get the three to go for Whiteman.
Middleton in the backcourt. In the backcourt still. Singleton hounding him to Bergstrom, to Thomas. Thomas, and they're going to get it across very quickly. Now Thomas drives down the lane on Hollinger, throws it up, no good. Ball on the floor, Polis with the rebound. A lot of contact on the other end. Refs letting them play tonight.
Yeah, they are. It's been physical for both teams.
In the corner, Whiteman. Out front, Hollinger. Hollinger, Whiteman. Whiteman going to drive it down the lane. Kick in the corner, Landon. Landon back out front, Polis. Polis, Singleton. Flop, posting Bradbury down here on the blocks. Landon on the right wing, about 35 feet from the basket. If we still had a hash mark, that's where he is. And now he'll pull it all the way out to the timeline, give it up to Singleton.
Yeah, Mattoon back in the man-to-man that helped keep the Railers at just 14.
Hollinger drives up and a blocking foul on Bradbury, and somebody's hurt on the floor, and I think it's Hollinger.
Yeah, that was the right call. Landon went down pretty hard after Bradbury kind of went underneath him, but it was a good call. It was a block. Bradbury was not set, but Landon with a little bump to the noggin, I believe, and that's where we're going to have to see what happens here.
Coach Ewald
must
out
have
there.
some blood now.
Coach Al out there, the Mattoon trainer coming out, and he may have a bump on the back of the head. Took it hard to the basket, a lot of contact, and he just went down.
Yeah, he got not necessarily undercut, but Bradbury, I think, was standing in his way, and Landon got up so high that he had a long way to come down. And Coach Alexander and Coach Farmer and Ewald out there checking on Landon. Unfortunately, obviously you hope Landon's fine, and I think he is. He's got probably a cut on his head. Looks like they've got some towels and things, but this day and age with the concussion protocol, Jay, you'd be hard-pressed to him to get back in the game on this one.
I think so, especially taking that hard of a shot to the floor. 5:38 to go. Lincoln up 29-28. Mattoon has 4 fouls. We only have 1, so neither team in the bonus. Landon would be going to the line.
Well, Landon, Coach Ewald comes over for asking for another jersey, so there must be some blood on the jersey, and I don't know what the protocol, if there's a trainer that has to come over and give a couple of tests for Landon to see, making sure you know where you're at, your name and your age and all that, and where your address is and all that stuff. But they're asking for another jersey, and I don't know why you can't have a green one. I'm pretty sure of that. But you've got to take a jersey off of one of the sophomores and you throw it on your senior.
Well, the managers are down here looking for a jersey. Landon still being tended to underneath the Lincoln basket. And he does have some type of cut to the back of the head. You can see one of the claws there has got some blood on it.
Yeah, I think the way he's acting, I think if they can get it to stop, he seems good as far as giving a thumbs up and not off balance, I guess, when he got up. So that looked good.
Well, Landon takes the 8 count and gets back up. I think he's going to be okay. Coach applying a towel to the back of the head. And Now it looks like Tyler Saucy's going to forfeit his uniform for Hollinger. Both teams around their respective benches as the crew here at Mattoon goes to work cleaning up the blood underneath the basket.
Well, and think too, Jay, Lannon is your free throw shooter, so he's going to take his he's going to grab Saucy's jersey and throw it on, and then he's going to have to step to the line. And what in the world are they putting on his head? They've got to get the free throw shooter. So if Lannon's not able to come in right away, Coach Alexander has to pick his best free throw shooter off the bench to come in and knock a couple free throws down. So be interested to see who the coaching staff picks for that. But they're trying to get some sort of a bandage around the melon of Hollinger, maybe to stop some of the bleeding. But it's one way of getting the hair out of your eyes, I guess.
I was going to say, if the Hollinger family's watching, he's going to come out looking like the Karate Kid, I think, with this.
Right.
If it's bad enough, you got to put a mask on.
You know, well, one thing too, Jay. You know, a lot of these guys that get the broken nose and they tend to get comfortable with the mask, and they have a great game and they come out. Yeah. And if Landon has a good game after this, he may
I'll buy him all the headbands he wants.
he may come out with this look for the rest of the year.
And folks, we're not trying to make light of it. He seems to be okay, and
he's good. He said he's good, no dizziness, and Dylan's going to actually be able to step to the line, which I'm not sure how that happens after you've already got someone. I surely would think that you have to have.
I thought you had to take your best person off the bench to shoot free throws.
Matter of fact, sometimes the coaches from the other team even get to choose. Who you pick.
Well, certainly Coach Gear wouldn't have chosen Singleton.
I wouldn't have thought so.
Well, Singleton makes the first one, knocks the second one down.
And I think the coaching staff is a little confused on why he's shooting as well. Coach Al might have tried to pull a fast one on the officials here.
No. Now, if it had been during the 70s, they said Coach Reed. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
You'd have believed that?
Oh, yeah. In a heartbeat.
And it looks like they're going to go ahead and give Singleton the free throws. They're backing away, and
well, let's see what's
not sure if either of them know the actual rule, but Bradbury picked up the foul. I do know that. I'm not sure how many that is for him now, but he's back on the bench.
I think that was his third.
Yeah, now they're going to go back, and Grunder had to check in for Hollinger, and now Grunder will check to the line. So we almost got it.
Well, I got faith in Adam. And good. Adam Grunder knocks down the freebie, 30-28. Landed sitting on a chair right below us.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be long before he
missed the second one. Oh, what a board by Singleton. Out front, Paula Singleton almost took the three. 10-footer off the baseline. Up, rolls around, no good. Klopp, the good aggressive shot at the rebound. Didn't get it. And it's 30-28, the Lincoln lead. Just under 5.5 to go in a basketball game. Bergstrom. Thomas. Bergstrom. Back to Thomas. Bradbury out of the game. Middleton posting up. Grunder all over Thomas. Railers doing a good job on the perimeter. Farmer tried to drive, nearly lost the ball to Polis. In the corner, Farmer. Farmer almost lost it again. Out front, Bergstrom. Thomas. In the corner, Smith. Out front, Thomas. Mattoon content right now to slow the basketball game down. In the corner, Farmer takes a three, up and good. Wow. Pierce Farmer into the game for Sam Bradbury. Nails the three, and it's 31-30 Mattoon.
Yeah, and I'm not mistaken. He had a good game at Lincoln, too. A couple of shots for Farmer.
Whiteman, the good drive, up and good. Brody Whiteman with a good drive, gets it up. 32-31, the Lincoln lead. Ball still in the backcourt, kicked across Middleton. Middleton, and nearly walked. Out front, Bergstrom.
That was close for over and back, too.
Yep. Bergstrom, Thomas, Bergstrom. Well, the question is, how long do you keep Bradbury on the bench?
Well, and Landon too.
Thomas misses the shot. Rebound battled for. Klopp in there. Klopp going to get nailed, I think, for the foul.
Yeah, and I think Coach a little upset with a bunch of Railers just standing there watching, and really Klopp underneath it.
The Mattoon lead. In the corner, Whiteman drives on Bergstrom, bulls his way in, and Whiteman's getting called for the travel. And Coach Al not happy with the official. Thought that Whiteman was still dribbling when he got called for the foul, or called for the traveling. And the ball goes over to Mattoon. Now to Bergstrom. Bergstrom across the line to Thomas. Thomas out to Bergstrom. Josh, I'd expect them to be very patient on this possession.
Yeah, I would agree. They're going to work the ball, and they've got the guards on the perimeter to do it. They've not turned the ball over a whole lot here in this game, and the Railers have struggled to get them to turn it over.
Inside Middleton, almost a foul on Klopp. Middleton goes up, lays it up, and good. 35-32, the Mattoon lead. 3:14 to go in the basketball game. Singleton will go down the lane, muscles it up. Klopp the rebound, Klopp the hard rebound, tried to go up, got hacked, no call. Polis, Singleton. Out front, Hollinger. Hollinger, Whiteman. Whiteman, Polis to Hollinger. And now Mattoon goes man-to-man. Hollinger going to hold it out front here for a second, reset the Lincoln offense to Whiteman. Bergstrom's all over Singleton, and now the Bulldog has it. Singleton go down the lane, 5-footer, up and under, no good. Ball on the floor, rebound to Smith.
Yeah, good drive too by Dillon. He doesn't normally miss that one. That's one he had a good look at against two defenders, but he makes that one a lot.
And the timeout called by Mattoon. Let's see if they go in. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. Josh will keep it right here. 2:35 to go, so the question is, do you put Bradbury back in or do you leave him on the bench? And he's coming in.
Yeah, as soon as you said something, they bring Bradbury in. So maybe not for scoring, just to handle the ball a little bit, get it in the post, and then kick it back out. But if he's got that opportunity to go at the basket, he definitely will.
Could be a deal too, Josh, where you see them go, maybe bring him in for offense and take him out on the defensive end if they get the opportunity.
Yeah, and I think Coach Alexander's got to think too, we're only at 2 team fouls. We've got to get this thing a little closer to the bonus, so we're not doing it in a desperate situation. We've already got it done.
And I thought of that myself. It's probably time we need to start having a couple fouls here. Off the ball and not on shots.
Right. Just to get it a little closer. You know, you get it to 5, and you're obviously a lot closer on the fouls than you are at sitting at 2 right now.
Singleton looking for the steal in the backcourt. Oh, nearly stolen away. Ball gets across the front court. Josh Wright, Mattoon doing a good job of handling the basketball here tonight. And contact underneath, and I think it's going to go against Klopp. Klopp for the push on Bradbury.
That's all right. Nothing hurt there. Klopp's third. 3 team fouls now for the Railers.
Not sure about the physics on that one, though, Josh. Klopp giving up a lot of pounds to Bradbury, inches and pounds. And the ball stolen away by Singleton. Singleton falls to the floor. Great move, kicks it back to Polis. Ball on the floor to Singleton, and Lincoln got the timeout. Well, let's see if Coach goes with a 30 here. I think it's going to be a 30. Nope, it's a full timeout. I'll tell you what, well, let's just go ahead and keep it right here with the full timeout. Remind you of those great sponsors. Chicago Street Rentals sponsors the opening possession. Mama's Arcade Cafe, Mike Mosky Auction Service, State Bank of Lincoln, Michelle Bauer, your country financial agent downtown, Top Hat Creamery, Culligan Water Systems, financial advisor Sal Polis, streaming live video sponsors, Town and Country Bank, Arnold Greemy Insurance, and J.M. Abbott Associates with tax accounting and business services. Josh, 35-32. We fortunately got the time out there. Plenty of time left on the clock for scoring. Probably going to have a few fouls to get it up there in case we need to put them in the bonus.
Yeah, and hopefully the Railers can get a basket here and then, extend that defense, because I think if you're Lincoln, you can be really aggressive on defense. If you foul, you foul. Obviously, when you get to that 5-6, you got to be a little more cautious so you're not putting them on the free throw line, but be aggressive. The referees have allowed us to play pretty aggressively on defense, and we could – when we get on defense, we can use that, and if you foul, you foul. Nobody really in real foul trouble.
Stack play in the lane. Lincoln sprints out of it into Singleton. Singleton, Hollinger with the pop out. Hollinger back to Singleton. Singleton down the lane. Polis the three on the way. No good. Rebound. Klopp tipped it up. Singleton, the great save. Polis, Hollinger. Hollinger wanted the basketball, wanted the three, didn't take it. Yeah. Back to Whiteman.
Plenty of time left here. 1:50 left here in the game. Railers just down 3.
Klopp. Singleton. Singleton, ball screen from Whiteman. Kicks it in the corner, Polis. Hollinger. Singleton. Klopp with the ball screen now, and now Singleton's got Bradbury on him. Singleton's going to try and take it in the lane. Kicks it, Polis. They're watching Hollinger out front. Singleton almost took the three, goes down the lane, stops, pops up, and he's going to get called for traveling. Minute 34 to go in the basketball game. Mattoon up 35-32. Lincoln with only 3 team fouls. Whiteman aggressively pursuing Thomas. And now Whiteman. And now the Railers going to trap all over the floor. Thomas out front. Here comes Singleton. Whiteman knocks him out of bounds, and he is going to get called for the blocking foul. Fourth foul on Brody Whiteman, team's 4th foul.
Yeah, Railers still can be aggressive here. Got to get the ball back and get it closer to the bonus. Go get it, Dylan.
Ooh, Singleton. Could have had that one from Bergstrom. Ball in the corner, Middleton, and now they're going to play keep away. Middleton nearly falls out of bounds, and Klopp with the ball, and knocked away. Ball on the floor. Polis couldn't grab a hold of it. Out front, Singleton. Whiteman and Singleton get called for the reach. Cameron Thomas falls down. Mattoon crowd that's here expressing their displeasure.
Yeah, the Railers had a chance at that ball, too, after we got him really pushed out of bounds and had a chance to get a loose ball and couldn't come up with it.
1:04 to go, still a 3-point game. They've got Bergstrom trapped in the corner, and Klopp is going to get called for the foul. Josh, that's one of the mildest fouls we've seen tonight. Yeah. We've seen other stuff that wasn't called.
Boy, and the Railers had him in perfect position. At least Mattoon was either going to have to call a timeout or had a great chance to get a turnover.
Minute 1 to go on the clock. Mattoon up 3. Oh, and Singleton with the near steal. Out front, Singleton pressuring Thomas. Thomas down the lane, kicks it out to Bergstrom. Boys think we're probably going to have to foul here. Singleton with the pick and knocked it out of bounds. It'll stay Mattoon basketball.
Yeah, I think Coach Al, as he at this point now with 50 seconds left, you've got to think about fouling and putting them on the line and take your chances on a couple missed free throws.
A great steal by Polis. Polis a steal on the inbounds play. Polis kicks it out front. Hollinger, timeout Lincoln. Let's keep it right here. Josh, you've got 45.5 seconds to go. Do you go for the 2 or do you go for the 3?
I go for 2. I think there's plenty of time left. You've got plenty of timeouts to use if you need them. I think if you're 3, you miss it, you give up, then you got a foul, then you give up 2 free throws, you make that 5. Or if you get a chance to get to the basket here, 4 team fouls on Mattoon, so they've got a chance also to give a couple fouls away before they're in the bonus. But I'm all giving it to Dylan and clearing out, or some sort of backdoor play or something where you can get an easy, quick score and then play defense for maybe, 10 seconds or so and see if you can get a steal. If not, you're going to have to foul.
Adam Grunder comes back in the basketball game. He checked in over the scorer's bench. Sam Bradbury sitting on the bench with his teammates, so it looks like he may remain in the basketball game. Lincoln will have the basketball near half court, right in front of the Lincoln bench. Polis to inbounds.
Yeah, it looks like Mattoon's gonna go man here.
So Polis will inbounds, kick in the backcourt, Singleton. Here's the play run by Lincoln. Polis out front, Whiteman. Whiteman look for the back cut. Corner Singleton. Singleton, Bulldog drives, kicks it. Grunder out of the corner. Polis, no good. Rebound, ball on the floor. Middleton kicks it out of there to Smith. Smith threw it ahead to Thomas. Thomas layup time coming up and no good. Rebound, Hollinger had it knocked out of bounds, and it's going to go Lincoln.
Yeah, so the Railers are going to get a chance. Mattoon takes an inadvertent shot, really didn't need it unless it was a wide open layup, but I wouldn't call that a wide open layup. But Railers get a chance here to get in. Still really don't need a three. 23 seconds left. If you can get a shot within 10 seconds or so, you've got a chance.
Coach Al is wanting him to move quick. 17, 16, 15. Whiteman, corner Hollinger. Hollinger three on the way. No good. Rebound battle. Bradbury's got it. He's fouled by Grunder. Bradbury goes down. 7.3 on the clock. Mattoon up 35-32.
Well, you fouled the right guy, I think. He missed two in the first quarter, so the Railers have got a chance here, but you have to rebound and you got to go quick.
One in bonus, and Lincoln going to take the timeout. Again, we'll keep it right here. It'll be a 30-second timeout with 7.3 seconds to go, and Josh, like you, I think they probably fouled the right guy. Put the big guy at the line and see if he can convert the free throws.
Yeah, we hope, and we hope not, and we hope the Railers can get the rebound and got to push. You've got just 7 seconds, and it's really not necessarily desperation. Plenty of time to get up and down the court. Dillon can get there in a hurry, so we'll see what kind of if there's a play, but it's all dependent on a Bradbury miss.
If you're at the Alley Pie, if you're on the west side of the railroad tracks, if you're on the east side of the railroad tracks, if you're out in Logan County, think miss. Think miss. We know Mattoon's going to be guarding the three-point line. I wouldn't be surprised to see them foul as we come up the floor. They got a couple fouls to give. Bradbury misses it. Hollinger the rebound. Here comes Singleton on the move.
That's not really going after the ball too much.
Nope. We're not going to get the call, but that's the sixth foul on Mattoon, folks, and you saw it on the video. I don't know if there's any reason for me to say other than the fact it would have been a nice tackle at midfield. 35-32, 3.8 to go on the clock.
Yeah, obviously the Railers need a three here, down 35-32 with 3.8 seconds left here, and the Railers are going to get it on the sideline right about midcourt. Coach Al drawing up a play to, I'm assuming, Landon and or Dillon. Grunder probably checks in for three-point shooting. You got Paulus in there as well. Obviously, Mattoon's going over the same thing. Hey, keep it away from Singleton and Hollinger. One of the other guys may have to step up and knock a big one down here.
Coach Al working the clipboard of the board down in the huddle. Josh, one thing he talked about the other night in the postgame show was that even with the lack of practice time, there was educational opportunities here. These kids are learning how to learn things on the fly as they draw a play out there and to go out and execute it on the floor.
Yeah, and the Railers have time for a big one. We haven't been in a lot of close ones, real down to the wire this season. So we'll see how they react to handle the ball. You got to make this good pass here, and you're also to your point where they may foul again. Take them in the bonus.
Why not? They can put us at the line.
Right.
And another 30-second timeout called by Lincoln, I believe, and Coach Al may have wanted to see how the defense set up.
Yeah, it looks like they were going to come out in a man, but then obviously when you do that and you kind of go for the zone, Mattoon can come back out in something different. And so that's a little cat and mouse game that coaches play at times at times in a game like this. So you got to be set for everything, and it ultimately comes down to trying to get the best shot you can with a good look.
We talk about fouling and putting us at the line, but there's a risk that comes with that too. If we made both free throws, we've got a shot at getting either a steal or a 5-second call on the inbounds play. You run that risk, and you sure as heck don't want to put us with the ball on our end of the floor with a chance to win the ball game.
Yeah, looks like no timeouts now for Lincoln. So we've got all of ours gone. Looks like Mattoon's got a couple left. So we'll see. Now Mattoon goes like almost back to his zone here.
Inbounds to Singleton. Singleton will take the three.
Banked
it in. No. And the rebound goes to Mattoon. And Mattoon will walk away with the upset victory here tonight on their home floor. It's Mattoon 35, Lincoln 32. We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout. School here for the Brown Incorporated Schneider Chiropractic post-game show. Jay Hardin, Josh Komnick. And Josh, not going to be a real happy bus ride home going down 35-32.
Yeah, and it was a game where obviously not a lot of scoring for either team, but the Railers just didn't get anything going. I thought we got it going well in the third quarter. Didn't have much going in the first half. Dylan and Landon were the only two that scored, 7 apiece. And then, we started to get it going. We got a little penetration. And then really in the fourth quarter, it was stagnant again and just could not get anything going. Credit Mattoon with a good game plan of defense against the Railers. For the most part, we just didn't get a lot of scoring. Dylan had, I believe, ended with 11, Hollinger with 12. And after that, I think Paulus had 3. We couldn't get the score, and they took it down so fast after the game. But give credit to Mattoon was patient. They knew what they wanted to do. They wanted to try to get it into Bradbury. They wanted to kick it out for threes, and they made some timely threes. Didn't make a lot of them, obviously, with just 35 points. But I thought they were really patient and handled the ball well. Not a lot of turnovers from Mattoon tonight, and that's something that Coach Al will probably look at.
Give them credit. They did what they had to do to win. And, Josh, it was a really physical basketball game out there. And we just don't match up that well sometimes with a really physical basketball team.
Well, and the size underneath hurt, and we got away with a couple of easy layups that, some other guys got for Mattoon that we probably don't normally give up. But I thought Mattoon played a good game. They knew they had to slow it down and take the air out of it and maybe take a minute off per possession. And they did that, and they didn't turn it over. They got shot attempts, and they beat us on the boards a little bit, and that spells trouble for the Railers.
Landon Hollinger, of course, went down in the fourth quarter. I don't know if that had anything to do with maybe kind of, I don't want to say stalling us out further. Coaches talked about that sometimes we just kind of stall out during a basketball game, but it certainly slowed things down quite a bit.
Yeah, it did, and it took it was a little while for Landon to get recuperated and back, and I don't know that was any difference. It just as you said, it was just a slower paced game, kind of like one you may see tomorrow night as well. Remember Charleston just a couple nights ago went boxing triangle and 2 on Landon and Dylan, and if some of these other guys, some of the Railers that 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys on the roster aren't ready to score and can make some timely shots, it'll be tough for us to score.
Yeah, it's going to be, and it's going to be tough the rest of the way because teams have seen teams that have seen us once know kind of what to do, and teams that are watching film also see what other teams are doing and they go, hey, we can do that.
Yeah, and they will. They'll do this. They'll watch film just like this will be on YouTube and stuff like that. So there will be scouting reports from the game that Mattoon beat Lincoln, and you might see it again tomorrow.
Let's go ahead and send it back to the station for a 1-minute timeout. We'll come back with more of the Ground Corporated Schneider Chiropractic postgame show. On the Ground Incorporated Schneider Chiropractic postgame show here at Mattoon, where Mattoon was the victor tonight, 35-32 over the Lincoln Railsplitters. Coach Neil Alexander has joined us in the postgame show. That was a tough one.
Yeah, if you can't score points, you're not going to win. And I thought our defense was good. We held them to 35 points, but you got to be able to step up and make shots. And we talked about it, and we're not quite sure when not to, how quick and when to step into them, and that takes a long process, and we're still working on it. And you can't make one pass and shoot the ball. You got to be able to run it, and be able to. Elijah hit the one where we had great dribble drive and a kick out. Inside out is the best way to get a 3-point shot, and they done a nice job of keeping the ball out of the middle.
Yeah, Coach, and they did a good job of handling the ball tonight. Not a lot of turnovers, and I think you and the Railers, you had them moved up, and the pressure was there. I thought the officials let them play with our hands and work it, but give a little credit to Mattoon as well. They handled the ball and didn't turn it over. They got shots. They took minutes off the clock when they moved the ball, and that I think they knew they had to take the air out of it, and they did that, and also didn't turn it over.
Yeah, and they had a good game plan, and they scored 3 more than we did, and we have to be able to. I mean, we had good looks. Mm-hmm. We had good shots and good looks, and you just got to be able to hit and knock them down. And then we got up and we couldn't get the play to get it because we wanted to spread the floor, but we couldn't get to that point to where we had a comfortable lead to be able to spread it. And you got to finish the job, and we didn't finish the fourth quarter.
Bradbury got us early on with some shots inside, but then you put Klopp into the game and even Cook in the game, and had two pretty good-sized backs in there working against him. And I thought your defense, second quarter, third quarter, played pretty well against him.
Yeah, well, he's a big body, and he's spread out, and I think he got away with a lot of things inside, and he was a lot to handle in there. Our guys mixed it up a little bit. They were behind him. They were half front, full front, so they mixed it up on him. And but early first half, it seemed like they scored every possession. They'd shoot, miss, get a rebound, and we didn't do a very good job rebounding the basketball.
Well, Coach, it doesn't get any easier. You had a tough game against Charleston last week when they went triangle and two. Probably going to see that again because I believe the score was 43-34, and on that night you got 25 from Dylan with a lot of free throws, if I remember right, not a whole lot of field goals, and it'll be tough as you go home and come back. You talked about it on Saturday, making that road trip back and forth. That it's tough, take a little bit out of you, but hopefully the Railers have a little more go tomorrow for it.
Well, we've got to be able to attack, and we got to hit shots. If we don't hit shots, we'll be in another boat like we were tonight, because they're going triangling to us, and we've got to figure a way to hit some shots. And the way you cure a triangle and two is hit shots early. And, we've got to step up, hit, shoot, be confident with our shooting. We're not bad shooters, but, well, if you look some of our stats, we don't hit the shots that we need to.
What can you tell us about Landon and his status? We saw him get bandaged up, come back in the game.
Well, the head bleeds. Everybody knows that. And he's got a little gouge there that, Mom and Dad will have to look at, but he's okay. He's okay, and we'll see what it is when he gets home and see what Mom and Dad wants to do with him. But he's okay. He's got a little blood on him and things. So, but the head was bleeding pretty good.
Yeah, they bandaged him up almost like a mummy out there.
Well, they had him at first. His head was sticking straight up in the air. And I think he went back over and he said, glue it down.
Yeah, not the picture you want in the senior yearbook.
No.
Well, Coach, long trip home, and then you got to get back on the road and come back down here tomorrow against Charleston, and Friday home game against Effingham. We just keep rolling along. The kids and parents said let them play, and that's certainly what we've done. And, tough night here, but glad to get everybody back on the court. I think it means a lot to the kids and the parents and you and me and anybody else who watches this team.
Yeah, they're providing for tough times here. They're providing a little bit of entertainment for people, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I'm sure everybody likes the entertainment, but from my standpoint, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But that's what you do. You try to get them to play the perfect game, and, we'll continue to work to do that.
Well, Coach, guess we ought to let you get on the road and see if we can't get ourselves on the road. You going to let Mr. Komnick ride home with you?
I'm going to put him underneath.
As long as
I'll give him a pizza.
As long as I make it home, I'll be all right.
Well, Coach, thanks for coming up and joining us. Tough loss tonight to the Green Wave, but back at it again tomorrow night against the Trojans of Charleston.
Well, we'll be there.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks for coming up and joining us. Well, Josh, I guess we need to wrap things up here from Mattoon. Exciting ball game to watch.
Yeah, it was. We've had some games that have been close, and we've kind of extended that lead. And tonight, obviously, we didn't do that, but it's nice to see the Railers fight and work. Just as Coach said, we were just a couple points short.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for us here in Mattoon here on WLCN 96.3 FM. Our next broadcast is tomorrow night. Hey, we've got basketball every night of the week but Sunday. Our next broadcast will be tomorrow night from Charleston High School against the Trojans of Charleston in another Apollo Conference contest. The Lady Railers will be at home on Thursday night. We'll have that game for you. The Railer boys will be at home against Effingham on Friday night. We'll have that game for you. And then we have an unusual day-night doubleheader on Saturday with Normal West at 12:30. That's at Normal West. And then we come back home and play Chatham Glenwood on Saturday night. And that will be the Chatham-Glenwood game will probably be first one to 30 is going to win that basketball game the way that the Titans usually play. So for our on-site engineer, producer, director, Mr. Lloyd Kirby, for Winnie Ransdale back at the studio, for my broadcast partner, Josh Komnick, for station manager, Jim Ash, we thank you for joining us here tonight. We know it's not the result that Railer Nation wanted. Railers go down 35-32 to Mattoon. So for Jay Hardin reporting here from Mattoon High School, we thank you for listening. Time to send you back to the classic rock experience on the Nighttime Fix 96. Thanks for listening.